Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. There's been a breakdown of how much money the government are going to have to spend in order to U-turn on all their policies that they've got so very badly wrong in order to try and save their skin as a party. And it ain't good. I mentioned this yesterday that they were going to be doing this, but there was no breakdown. The breakdown has come. But because there was almost no details revealed before on the true cost of all these U-turns. But of course, now that they're U-turning, it's actually going to cost more than if they'd left them alone because there's a lot more bureaucracy involved. The people are genius, aren't they? These idiots. Stop voting Labour. We know every time they get in, they screw up badly. Anyway, leave it there. So briefing sessions have been revealed that U-turning on the winter fuel allowance and now the two-child cap that they're sort of gaslighting are going to be expensive. Now, if you upgraded the allowance, pension allowance by £1,000, which means everyone under £12,600, which is your state pension allowance, so in order to automatically just get the winter fuel allowance, that would cost 1.6 billion in the first year, rising to 7.3 billion in the 25 to 29 period in total. So they're a total of what, 7.3, 8.3, 9 billion pounds. If you increased it by £3,000, which would then allow it for the entire period up to 2029, it would be a total of 27.8 billion, nearly 29 billion pounds. No, sorry, nearly 28 billion pounds. And then a further 10.2 billion pounds for reversing the two-child cap. It's 30. You're looking for, well, getting on for 40 billion pounds, right? If it's 40,000 pounds, it'll be fine. You're looking for 40 billion pounds. This is on top of the 30 billion pounds they've already got to find for other things, such as the 30 billion going to Chagos. Now, nobody at this point has even factored in the things like the 300 billion going across to Ukraine or the 11 billion going elsewhere. This is all coming out. They want to just wank money away left, right and centre on all these foreign things and then are moaning about the cost of things that they've got to pay for as part of their U-turn. Here's the thing. Had they not U-turned, the net cost of doing it wouldn't be 40 billion pounds. It would be somewhere in the region of about 29 billion pounds. So they've actually created 11 billion pounds of wankery because now they've got to employ people. Because whereas previously that was just, it just goes out to everyone, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Now it's all means tested. And so you're going to have to hire another army of bureaucracy and a building to put them in, I suppose, in order to wade through all the 27-page forms to see whether some old bugger is worth giving the £600 winter fuel allowance for. Here's the thing. Get rid of all those people. Don't create those jobs. Don't give yourself a burden of not only paying the jobs, but paying the pensions forever. Get rid of them and just give them £600 £600 a year fuel allowance, done. And that way you don't have to worry about it. The country can afford it if we stop wanking money abroad. End of story. They're looking at a 3.4 billion cut in PIP payments, 9.9 billion in other welfare cuts. They're already way through their fiscal headroom. They don't know where they're going. They can't tax their way out of it. And so borrowing is going to go through the roof. This is just mental. We got a mental government. I mean, she's got her abacus. I mean, she must have a bucket of water next to her because that abacus is going flicking back and forth so quickly. She needs a bucket of water to cool down the beads. Honestly, the woman's a moron. She isn't counting at all. And she comes up, I've had a great idea. I'm going to allocate money by their shoe size. Because people with big feet eat more. I don't know. That's probably how she thinks. The woman is a walking disaster, but then she's not even the worst of them in this government. They're all a disaster. Name one government minister that isn't a complete and utter failure or walking disaster, because I can't. Thanks very much. Bye.